All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me. It is 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday, February 1st, new month. Welcome aboard. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, click on that white logo, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Make sure to hit that thumbs up, like button. Really do appreciate it if you like these videos. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Dow Jones Futures up 34 points. NASDAQ futures up 45, S&P up 0.13%. The Russell 2000 futures are up 0.09%. Keeping an eye on that because I still have IWM calls. Crude oil is down about 1%. They have OPEC meetings tomorrow in Vienna. Gasoline futures down $2.53 currently. Gold futures above that 1800 level at 1805. Silver futures up 2.47% at 2294. 10-year yields are falling 1.766%. 96.32 for the US dollar. That is down today as well. The VIX is coming closer to testing that 20 level. Again, remember, anything below 20 is usually a really great sign. Down 2.22%. Taking a look here at euro dollar, 112.67 up 32 pips. 114.67 down 44 pips for the dollar yen. Let's take a look at some cryptocurrency this morning. Ethereum did bounce overnight, 27.87 currently, 38,833 for Bitcoin right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at some headlines. We got a bunch to go over. Tesla to recall nearly 54,000 vehicles on rolling stop functionality. Let me see where Tesla is pre-market on that news. On the S&P, NASDAQ. Tesla is up 0.71% even with that recall. AMC Entertainment, they reported their quarter, I believe. I think I have the information here. Well, AMC is up 11.5% this morning. Now, the reason they're up, kind of see exactly, yep, they reported preliminary Q4 GAAP net, 194 million in the negative, to 114 million in the negative versus 946 million year over year negative. Revenue of 1.17 billion versus 1.17 billion estimate. Guides for Q4 adjusted EBITDA of 146.8 to 151.8 million in a positive versus a negative 327 million year over year versus 82.5 guidance. So again, beat on guidance. They missed. They actually beat on earnings, even though they were negative. But again, it was worse. It was supposed to be worse than expected, but they actually beat. So again, AMC is up about 11.5% pre-market. Let me get the current number. About 8% right now. 8.91% this morning. You could see they did pop above 18. I had some unusual options activity on AMC for the 18s. It didn't work out, unfortunately. Luckily, I went light, but I guess I was just too early on those, seeing that volume spike. What else in terms of headlines here? NEO delivered 9,652 vehicles in January 2022, up 33.6%. NEO has now delivered a cumulative total of 176,722 vehicles in its history. So again, they actually make something and deliver them, which is good. MicroStrategy says on February 1st, 2022, the company announced that during the period between December 30th, 2021 and January 31st, 2022, the company purchased about 660 Bitcoins. This is MicroStrategy. Let me see if I can find the exact ticker, MSTR. They are up. They just gapped up to 383.18. They closed yesterday at 368.01. Bigger news today is AT&T said today it will spin off its Warner Media unit in a $43 billion deal to merge its media properties with Discovery. AT&T shareholders will own 71% of the new Warner Brothers Discovery company and receive 0.24 shares of the merged company, each share owned. AT&T also slashed its dividend. AT&T said it would roughly half its dividend payout and divest its Warner Media division through a spinoff. So again, that's affecting the stock. Again, I kind of expected them to lower that dividend. Obviously, due to the stock price going down, their yield was very, very high. And there you go. It's at $24.04. The good news is that they're divesting that Warner Brothers. That's a good sign. What I buy here, I mean, they just cut the dividend. Maybe wait for it to kind of level out. But again, if you want to buy AT&T down the line or anything kind of telecom, I still think Verizon is still the better bet when it comes to that. Also, some other headlines here. In India to launch its own digital currency, and they're going to allow crypto trading with a 30% tax on top of that, is what I read this morning. So there we go. Oh, actually, there was some other ones here. XOM, which is ExxonMobil, reported $2.05 adjusted EPS versus a $1.96 estimate. Revenue was $85 billion versus $82.9 billion. They narrowed their fiscal year 22 capex 21 to 24 billion prior to 2025 billion. And I did read on ExxonMobil, I think they were going to buy back some stock as well. Let me verify that deal. AT&T, they confirmed their lower dividend, annual dividend, from $2.08 a share to $1.11. So not exactly cut in half, but pretty much cut in half in that number. UPS also had a great number. Guides initial fiscal year 2022, $102 billion versus $99.6 billion. Adjusted operating margin of $13.7 billion. Guides initial fiscal year 22 capex at $5.5 billion. Guides initial fiscal year 2022. I think return on initial investment 30%. Share buyback of at least $1 billion. So good for UPS buying back their shares. That's great. They beat on adjusted EPS of $3.59 versus a $3.11. Revenue did beat $27.8 billion versus a $27.2 billion. They also raised their quarterly dividend 49% to $1.52 from $1.02. So an indicated yield will be 3.01%. I've said I've liked the UPS more than FedEx for a while now. I think UPS is a great company. You own it. It soared. Went from 202 to 220. Well done. Again, great company. See, there's some good quality companies out there. Not everything is Upstart. Not everything is DraftKings. Not everything is AMC. There's some good ones out there that are making some good money. So congratulations to UPS shareholders. They're a great company. You own that thing. NIO, if you own some NIO, congratulations. You also had a great earnings report as well. They're up very nicely. That's one of only 2 Chinese stocks I own. So again, that's a lot of a mouthful to go over. Let's go over some pre-market movers. We'll answer some questions and we'll rock and roll. Lucid Group is up 4.63% this morning. AMD up 2.73%. NEO up 2.24%. AMC is up 9%. AT&T down 6% on that dividend cut. Apple's pretty much flat. Microsoft pretty much flat. Boeing up 0.63%. JP Morgan slightly green. Cisco Systems down 0.75%. Visa down 0.11%. Salesforce is up 0.67%. NVIDIA up 3.24%. Keep in mind, AMD does report after the bell. So I didn't touch any semiconductor stocks this week just due to the implied volatility with AMD's earnings. So again, if you looked at that chart I posted on yesterday regarding the SOX, which is the index for the semiconductors, there's a little more upside to go. I expect AMD to hit. I would not trade it today. I would wait for a reaction and see. If AMD does fall again after earnings or anything like that and gets around 105, 100, I'm buying that. I'm buying that stock easily. I'll add some more. Ford is up 1%. UPS up about 9%. We talked about that just a little while ago. And in terms of the NASDAQ, anything that stands out here, Meta Platforms up 1%. They report tomorrow. And Sirius did report earnings. They're up 1.26%. Moderna up 3.61 this morning. Okay, there we are. That's the headlines. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for the rundown. You're welcome. Good morning. What's the effect of the 10-year yield? Remember, the 10-year yield is a basis of all banks and how they lend. So again, a lower 10-year yield equals lower borrowing costs because that's pretty much the safest investment you can make, which is treasury bonds. I mean, we print the money. We better hope that we could pay it off. What are your thoughts on BABA and ENPH? Let me see, BABA. BABA I own. If I can just get it going. BABA I do own. Nice little break here. Again, it's about 3 cents pre-market. Again, I was waiting for a break of 108 to buy some more. It does have some gap to fill to the upside around 161. So there is some, a little more upside to go. Obviously, 148.52 would finally break out of its bottom end range. But as of here, it's above the 200. Maybe you could target the 130s. There's not earnings for them or anything like that, so at least you kind of don't have that kind of risk ahead of you. But keep in mind, guys, we do have non-farm payroll on Friday. We have OPEC meetings on Wednesday. That's really the only kind of thing to watch for. But at the end of the day, you should be just focusing on technicals right now. Again, that technical breakout from that base consolidation, we've been talking about it over and over again. I've been saying that the worst is possibly over. Now some people on Twitter are agreeing with me. I sound like a crazy person back then, but now everyone's on the boat, which is fine. The most important thing, guys, is that we navigated the markets on a very volatile period in January together. January is over. We can wash our hands with it, and we can finally move on and see what else we get. I don't know much about ENPH, so let me go ahead and take a look at it. In phase, looking at end phase in terms of the technicals, I would say 153.87 for a breakout. I don't know much about this company, so I can't really tell you, oh, I like it or I own it, because I don't own it. Thoughts on MSTR, I believe, MicroStrategy. For that, just own Bitcoin. I think that's just easier to do. Just own some Bitcoin. NVIDIA is a great company. I mean, what can you say? I own shares of NVIDIA, been owning it for a while, and I mean, I have a break up to 89. I would not trade it because you do have AMD earnings today, and of course they're both semiconductors. So again, one will affect the other. NVIDIA will move in sympathy of AMD, so I would not be touching that today. Starbucks, I also own Starbucks as well. Great company, love their drinks. It's starting to break out a little bit, so maybe possibly take a look at the 100 calls. If there's volume, probably get some time on your side. There is a gap to fill to the upside. Again, as long as we stay above that red line, which is your 200-day moving average. Starbucks looks halfway decent, but they report this week as well, so be careful. I would not. There's a gap to fill, 131 on BABA. Yeah, let's see it. Maybe I didn't see it here. 131. Gap to fill 131 on BABA. I may have missed that. It's probably on the daily. Yeah, I see it. There you go. Right there, there's a gap to fill to the upside. So maybe you could target that gap to fill since we really don't have earnings or anything coming up. Anything on your watch list today? I have IWM open. I did take a look at some Apple calls yesterday. I did not signal that out. We did have like 4 trades that we caught, which was great. In terms of what's the view today, again, AMD, I want to see what AMD reports. BABA looks interesting, definitely. I definitely want to catch IWM. But again, so far, so good, kind of trucking along. No need to go all crazy with risk. The idea is to get it, get out, and move on. But I'm just happy to see that, kind of the worst is over for the most part. In terms of watch list, AMD, Nvidia, yes, obviously with earnings coming up, but BABA looks interesting as well. That may be worth a shot. NEO, not so much. I mean, they do have earnings, but again, it could be a little wild. So I think BABA will be a better one. Good morning, Carlos. What are your levels for SPY calls and puts? Let's take a look at it here. We'll go ahead and expand it to, or go to an hour here. 459.47 is my next level up. We're kind of in the middle of no man's land here. I mean, maybe if you break 454, sure. But if you're looking to actually play puts, you need to get down below 440. And I don't think we get there anyways. Thoughts on Boeing? I own Boeing as well. Again, kind of a volatile one, as we know. You could always target the 200-day. We're starting to see a little bit of movement to the upside. 210s may be worth a shot. If we get there, I would say maybe, when is a good level to get into those calls? Let's go ahead and say 202.46, and I would target the 210s. That might be worth a shot on Boeing. I know when things are good, guys, I get it. Not a lot of people have tons of questions, and that's fine. Everyone's happy, just happy they survived. When things are crazy, that's when we get all the questions. That's when we get all the views. I get it. So I don't take it personal when, things are back to normal. We're not going to talk about it as much, but we're here to help in any way we can. I'm just proud of you guys that you guys didn't panic. You guys watched the YouTube and you guys saw the playbook and how we did it. So until the next crisis, which we will probably get one, we'll go over that too, and we'll navigate that as well. So you just get used to it over time. So no real worries there. Have a great rest of your morning. I'm off to have breakfast, and we'll catch you guys for the aftermarket recap at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and happy new month. February it is. Let's make it a great one, guys. Cheers.